Chapter 2. The benefits of self-discipline. The one quality which sets one man apart from another, the key which lifts one to every aspiration while others are caught up in the mirror of mediocrity, is not talent, formal education, nor intellectual brightness. It is self-discipline. Theodore Roosevelt. No stream or gas drives anything until it is confined. No Niagara is ever turned into light and power until it is tunneled. No life ever grows great until it is focused, dedicated, self-disciplined. Harry Emerson Fosdick. For every disciplined effort, there is a multiple return. Jim Rohn. Becoming a self-disciplined person may be one of the hardest things you do, but it will also be one of the most rewarding. Because it's the foundation for growth, well-being, and achievement in all areas of life. Here are some examples of what this virtue allows you to do. Stay focused on your goals and dreams day after day. Get things done and finish what you start. Make better use of your time. Resist temptation and avoid acting on impulse. Fulfill promises you make to yourself and to others. Overcome laziness and procrastination. Continue working on a project even after motivation has faded away. Exercise every day, even if your mind tells you to skip and watch TV instead. Continue following your diet and say no to unhealthy food items. Wake up early every morning. Overcome bad habits. Read books from cover to cover. Meditate regularly. Avoid wasting time in non-essential activities. The more deeply you understand the benefits of self-discipline, the easier it will be for you to actually practice it. This is the purpose of this chapter, to fire you up so you have the fuel needed for the journey. Now let's zoom into some of the key benefits of this practice. Makes you confident and empowered. When you blame others and see yourself as a victim, you let go of your personal responsibility and thus of your personal power. You feel disempowered, controlled by external forces. You believe that your thoughts and choices don't matter. Self-discipline is being self-reliant, and so is the opposite of feeling like the victim. It is for those who are ready to take full responsibility for their lives. It is saying that your will shall shape your future. More of that in chapter 12. Let's say your goals are about improving your health and growing in your career. You may choose to begin your day by waking up an hour earlier. With that extra hour, you can then dedicate 30 minutes to work on your professional skills, and in the other 30 minutes, you can go for a run. This new routine makes you feel more in control of your life and more confident that you can make things happen, like losing weight and getting a desired promotion. With this, every day you are growing in things that matter for you. You feel more in charge of your destiny. Self-discipline is empowering because it leads to self-mastery. And, in the words of Plato, the first and best victory is to conquer oneself. Practicing mindful self-discipline will put you in touch with an inner strength and inner power that you didn't dream you had. It will allow you to get out of the waiting room of your life and stop waiting for the perfect moment when all the stars align. You can then start taking steps toward your dream life right now. Every time you feel like just checking YouTube for a little bit, playing your favorite game for just 10 minutes, or Googling some interesting stuff, somewhere inside of you, you know that you are wasting time and going nowhere. By practicing self-discipline, You gain the ability to say no. And every time you do that, your self esteem goes up. You feel more in control. What is the result of not having self discipline? The surface result is not achieving your goal. The deeper result is in a sense of low self worth, low self confidence, and low self esteem. You can change that by starting to take control of how you spend your time and energy. With improved self esteem also comes better self talk. Your relationships with yourself changes and new possibilities open up for you. You start doing things that before you felt you couldn't. People around you will notice it, and that will motivate you further. It's a self reinforcing loop. Through self discipline, you don't drift from your goals. You stay focused and start getting results sooner in life. You feel in command of your destiny. You feel like you're in the driver's seat of your life and not merely a victim of your circumstances. Your sense of personal power increases, and with that, the belief that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Thank you, Bigo. Enables you to achieve your goals. It doesn't matter whether you are pursuing success in business, sports, the arts, or life in general. The bridge between wishing and accomplishing is self discipline. Harvey McKay. Self discipline is the most essential ingredient for achieving any long term goal. It's what makes people stick to their diet plans, exercise regularly, meditate every day, improve the way they show up in relationships, develop professional skills, save money, grow their business, and live a life aligned with their purpose. Thank you, Bigo. A disciplined life is an organized life, a calm, centered, and focused life. It's like a boat advancing fearlessly towards its destination, rather than a boat at the mercy of the wind. It doesn't ask, "What's the weather today?" but "Am I on course?" If you were to ask top performers in any field, what are the most important traits that got them there? I bet you with that self-discipline would make it to the list for all of them, either as discipline, pure and simple, or disguised as one of its variants: determination, perseverance, showing up, not giving up, resilience, grit, dedication, commitment, willpower. The main reason why most people want to develop self discipline is to achieve a particular goal. That makes a lot of sense because, in most cases, what stands in the way between you and your goals is not a lack of knowledge, but a lack of commitment and action. You often know what to do, but you can't get yourself to do it. Do you want to save more, invest better, or build wealth? Do you want to develop your knowledge and skills to be at the top of your game at work? What about growing your business? For these and many other goals, discipline is the key factor, not motivation. If you wait until you feel like doing things, motivation, you won't stay with them for long. Feelings are fleeting. Motivation is temporary. Only self discipline is reliable. Self discipline is even more important than intelligence. An American study by Angela Duckworth and Martin Seligman found that a school pupil's self discipline is a stronger predictor of their future academic success than their IQ, leading researchers to conclude that self discipline may be the royal road to building academic achievement. The process of achieving any goal always involves a type of transformation or journey. You are going from point A, where you are now, to point B, where you want to be. And transformation requires consistent action across a span of time, which is only possible with self discipline. When we put it like that, all of this may sound like common sense, but it's far from being common practice. That is why, without self discipline, the loftiest goal is just wishful thinking. With self discipline, even a mediocre goal will take you somewhere. Discipline allows you to concentrate single mindedly on your key goals, eliminate distractions, and stick to your chosen path despite obstacles and setbacks. It's a much valued virtue from top athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, meditation masters, and those in the military. Yes, that's perhaps one of the only things all of these people have in common. A disciplined person moves toward his goal like an arrow towards its target, shooting through whatever obstacles comes in its way and not stopping until the goal is reached. Do you want some of that? When you focus your self-discipline on a single purpose, like sunlight focused through a magnifying glass on a single object, look out. Everybody will get out of your way, open doors for you, and salute as you walk by. Self discipline turns you into a force of nature. You become unstoppable. Let's now pause for a moment and get really specific about how all of this applies to your life. Make a list of all the main areas of your life and think of up to 5 ways how self discipline can help you in each. This will help you be more motivated and learn and apply the skill of self discipline. Gives you an unfair advantage. We live in a world of distractions. They are all around you and always with you in your pocket. The opportunities for instant gratification abound, and there's always a new shiny object to go after. Why then would you trouble to go after hard to get goals? The internet is full of black holes sucking your attention, and many companies are investing millions in making their products more addictive. Everyone is fighting hard to distract you. They all want your attention, even if only for a few seconds. Make no mistake, there is undeniable economical interest in doing so. These people are motivated, brilliant, and extremely well funded. And you know what? This is only going to get worse in the next years and decades, which means that everybody will be more distracted, with shorter attention spans and lower resilience for pursuing long term goals. In the 21st century, survival of the fittest means survival of the focused. Self discipline will continue to become more difficult and rare. Having even a little of it will give you a big advantage and take you a long way. You won't need to be more talented than your competitors, you'll just need to be more focused. We don't have to be smarter than the rest, we have to be more disciplined than the rest. Warren Buffett. That is why I say that the disciplined shall inherit the earth. Keep you healthy, keeps you healthy in body and mind. Can you say no to your favorite unhealthy food items and keep your resolutions? Can you stick to doing your exercises day in and day out, even when tired and demotivated? Do you practice sleep hygiene? Can you coach yourself to stop feeding your negative self talk and take positive action even when you feel down? These are some of the ways in which self discipline helps you stay healthy in your body and mind. There are so many systems and formulas out there that promote to help you lose weight, gain muscle, eat better, and enhance your well being. There are hundreds of different diets and wellness programs, and yet every health and well being coach has one thing in common: they give you something to do. They give you a practice, a method, a protocol. Unless you're able to do the things they tell you to do and stop the bad habits they tell you to stop, you won't get the results. Here is where mindful self discipline comes in. In the 2011 Stress in America survey, 27% of respondents said the lack of willpower was the biggest barrier to making healthy lifestyle changes. Chances are that the number is actually much higher than that, and people are just unaware of the causes of their relapses. With the power of mindful self discipline, you can stick to your meal plans, exercise regimens, and healthy routines. Without it, the most amazing system in the world can do little for you. The same is true for mental health. There are studies showing that having healthy routines and improving self control are essential elements in relieving anxiety and having more stable moods. Good habits and a daily routine also make you more resilient to the ups and downs of life. This is something most people can greatly benefit from. Thank you, Bigo. Whether we are living through times of abundance, which brings with them their own challenges, or through another pandemic, self-discipline keeps you focused on the only thing that you can control, yourself. This gives you a firm ground for navigating life, whatever the weather. Improves your relationships. Can you remain calm and centered in the middle of a fight? Can you take a deep breath before reacting and notice that you are angry? Are you able to keep your commitments to your partner? Is it easy for you to remember to practice gratitude, appreciation, and empathy in your relationships? Welcome to the club. This is why we need to cultivate self awareness and self discipline. Many of the challenges we face in relationships with our family and with our significant other are related to our impulsivity and reactivity. In other words, we sometimes lose control of ourselves and get carried away by our emotions in the moment. Things like anger, defensiveness, fear, and jealousy. As a result, we say and do things that we later regret. Self discipline, together with meditation and the awareness practices that come with it, allows us to pause and cool down in the heat of the moment and resist the temptation to say something we know we shouldn't. My Kung Fu master once told me that speaking a word is like releasing an arrow. Once it's out, there's no way back. Sometimes words can hurt more than an arrow and also take longer to heal. Hence, anything that helps you keep your mouth shut, speak more mindfully, will benefit your relationships. You see what I did there? She crossed out keep your mind shut. He crossed out keep your mind shut. Mouth shut. When you're able to keep yourself calm and collected in the middle of a tsunami of emotions, you've proved your greatness. People respect that, admire that, and feel you are more reliable. They feel safer when close to you and thus can trust you more. Another way that self discipline improves relationships, especially with your partner, is by facilitating behavioral change. Any long term relationship requires us to make changes and compromises, which often goes against old habits and stretch our way of being. And of course, you will need self discipline to make these changes, as they won't happen overnight. Many perks come with this virtue. Gives you purpose, power, peace. The self-disciplined life is a life of purpose, power, and peace. Purpose in your actions and the values you choose to pursue. Power to align your life and your goals and bring them to fruition. And peace in living without regrets, mastering yourself, and purifying your mind of useless noise. Look at this little diagram. Ugh. A disciplined life is a life without regrets. It's a life where you can look back and say, yes, I've made mistakes, had many failures, and sacrificed a lot of things, but I lived life on my terms and achieved many of the things I really wanted. I was true to myself. The opposite is a life without discipline. Instead of purpose, there's chaos. You are a puppet for the strongest forces at play in the moment. Instead of power, there's frustration, and you can't make things happen, and your important goals are not fulfilled. Instead of peace, there is disturbance, and as unhelpful thoughts, limiting beliefs, and negative emotions get the best of you. A life without discipline may still be full of pleasure, but it won't be pleasant. Time is filled with many activities that bring instant gratification but are devoid of meaning and take you nowhere. You may be busy, well fed, and comfortable, but not fulfilled. You are living on the surface, coasting, and you haven't touched your true potential. Something deep inside your soul knows this. Ignore that voice at your own peril. Chapter 3.